Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today we welcome you to our English Poetry Day. And it is not a secret that poetry has some unique ability to capture the creative spirit of the human mind. Thanks to poetry, you can feel the soul of the whole nation, cultural heritage, and linguistic features. There is no doubt that poetry is an important part of the spiritual enrichment of our world. It can excite, give pleasure, nurture high feelings, and unite the nation and humanity. Somerset Maugham once said, the crown of literature is poetry. It is its end and aim. The writer of prose can only step aside when poet passes. So we want to start with one of the most beautiful poems, The Arrow and the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And let's listen to our first student, Kunitsyn Angelika, group 111B. So please, you can start.
I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for so swiftly it flew, the sight couldn't follow it in its flight. I breathed the song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of a song? Long, long afterward, in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke, and the sun from beginning to end I found again in the heart of a friend.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Angelica. And now welcome to the next student, Krivalapova Angelina, group 232, with a well-known poem, My Heart is in the Highlands, by Robert Burns. Okay, so welcome, Nina.
My heart's in the Highlands. My heart is not here. My heart's in the Highlands, a chasing the deer, chasing the wild deer and following the roe. My heart's in the Highlands, wherever I go. Farewell to the Highlands, farewell to the North, the birthplace of valor, the country of verse. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, the hills of the Highlands forever I love. Farewell to the mountains, high covered with snow. Farewell to the stress and green belts below. Farewell to the forest and wild canyon woods. Farewell to the torrents and wild pouring floods.
Okay, thank you, Lina. And now we are going to listen to our next student, Ivakina Arina, group 111A, and the poem Leisure by William Henry Davis. So welcome, Lina.
What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep and cows. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see in broad daylight streams full of stars like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. A poor life this, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. And now let's listen to the next student, Fedun Sofia, group 112B, with another great poem, All in June, by William Henry Davis.
A week ago I had a fire through my face. Cold winds that never make a friend crept in and out of every place. Today the fields are rich in grass, and buttercups in thousands grew. I'll show the world where I have been, with gold dust seen on either shoe. Till to my garden back I come, where bumblebees for hours and hours sit on their soft fat velvet palms to wriggle out of hollow flowers.
Okay, thank you. And the next student is Yurova Sofia, group 111A, with poem This Season by Ivy Russell.
Oh, do you remember when springtime was here? The snowdrops and catkins, the birdsong so clear. Oh, do you remember the long summer hours, the hum of the bees and the scent of the flowers? And do you remember when autumn came round, how leaves red and yellow lay thick on the ground? But now it is winter, the branches are bare, there's ice in the puddles and frost in the air. I played in the sunshine, I played in the snow, and which is my favorite, I really don't know.
Okay, thank you, Sophia. And welcome Babayan Diana, group 321, with The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I couldn't travel and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for other passing there, had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, though as for other pass, yet knowing how we leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, some more ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And now we are going to listen to Yarava Valeria, group 112A, and The Land of Storybooks by Robert Louis Stevenson.
At evening, when the lamp is lit, round the fire my parents sit. They sit at home and talk and sing, and do not play at anything. Now with my little gun I crawl, all in the dark, along the wall, and follow round the forest track, away behind the sofa back. There in the night, when none can spy, all in my hunter's camp I lie, and play at books that I have read, till it is time to go to bed. There are the hills, there are the woods, there are my starry solitudes, and there the river by whose brink the roaring lions come to drink. So, when my nurse comes in for me, home I return across the sea, and go to bed with backward looks at my dear land of storybooks.
Okay, thank you. The next who wants to represent the wonderful poem Alone by Edgar Allan Poe is Елизавета Davzhenko, group 112B.
From childhood's hour I have not been as other were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passion from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy that seemed torn. And all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, at the dawn of a most starry life was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which bloomed me still. From the torrent of a fount, from the red cliff on the mount, from the sun the road me rolled its autumn tint of gold. From the light into the sky as a pageant we flying by, from the thunder and the storm, and the clouds that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view.
Okay, thank you. And now welcome to Gasinets Anastasia, group 211A, with romantic and sensitive poem I Carry Your Heart With Me by Edward Estlin Cummins.
I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. I'm never without it, anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always seem, is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than the mind can hope, or soul can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart.
Okay, thank you. And the last but not the least is the poem She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. And let's listen to Zabenka Anton, group 212B.
She walks in beauty like the night, o'er cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. Thus mellowed that tender light which heaven in gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half empered the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightened o'er her face, where doubts serenity sweet express how pure, how dear they dwelling place. And not that cheek, and not that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent. The smiles that win, the tears that go, but tell of day in goodness spent, a mind peace without a law, a heart whose law is innocent.
Okay, thank you very much, Anton. So thank you all. And now I want to ask, dear colleagues, maybe you want to say some words or comment on our event. So if you have something to say, you can. So please. So dear colleagues, do you want to say?
And I would like to say, that it was a great pleasure to listen to your poems, and I see that you've put a piece of your heart and soul in your poems. So I hope you will carry on learning more beautiful poems, and you will discover a beautiful world of poetry. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your work and your time.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Yurinka. Okay, somebody else? Do you want to add something?
And I want to say that poetry is definitely important and teaches us to see the beauty of our world, helps us to discover the world, and poetry inspires. So thank you very much to all of you.
Okay, thank you. So, and of course, I want to thank you very much and to say great thanks to all the participants of our English Poetry Day. And we hope you enjoyed as much as we did. And we wish you inspiration and strong health. Nowadays, it's very important to achieve all the goals and plans in your future. So again, a great, great thank you and goodbye. So I want to say a goodbye to you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yes.